This is silence for a while, but explosive eventually. In towards this site and clearing it out methodically. It's DemQQ with not a whole lot in the ways of cover. Back and forth between. And as we can see from that point, it's going to be only a retake with a man down for these CTs to try and slip back into, as Hades is cautious in his clear, is aware of the possibility that one may be tucked. No face following boros' drop, though. That's a problem. Into the breach might have actually left as a gap.
Contact made, though, from main. Synopsy, unchecked, is going to get one. No, a second, in fact, as he grabs him on the run. Hades would have had a lot of players to take shots at. Not say the mid presence that was initially there has turtled in towards the A site. Have a little bit more effectiveness, potentially.
Goes the peaks from these pistols to try and catch them with their pants down. Even further beyond that, the Deagle spamming away. Deagle can't quite get his when he wanted to, but Dia retrieves his AK-47 and puts it to good use. The last two slipping towards the site. He's only juanflatroo tagged by the scout. Oh, man. Oh, man! Hades! Putting the... No movements yet to come out from any of these Monte players aggressively. Still sticking around towards that 2-1-2 kind of setup, and DemQQ will be able to find any more than his first smooya. Good to put one between his eyes, but punished by that point forward with the rotations in kind and no utility left over to slit in. It is going to be them just taking it dry. And here comes boros and Synopsy to try and do so. First, not going to be great enough, but boros now gets an upgrade as we continually sent these bodies between one another. Successfully so, but for a clutch like this, it'd be monumental with one on the back lines just as well.
I think it's a question of if he can grab anything additional out of this.
Yeah.
More than a victory, and no additional.
Yeah, he is. This is like practically smurfing for him relative to the level that he's become acclimated to playing on lands. Obviously, maybe Ent's not reaching the same heights on those lands and playing to the level that they would have wanted to as a unit, but even so, Hades, individually speaking, he was always on point statistically with some of the best, and even now, come down, drop to a level just below to where things are going to be maybe a little easier for you to couple together, let alone online. And that's where he can do even better than then, perhaps. He's already found his first into this round. It's been boros who's offered himself up to the low HP sniper posted in mid.
Now adding another to that tally. Big 2-1-2 that we were talking about previously. Jump across. Lots of damage done. Even lower now. Synopsy, who will get his trade, but it's left just one. It's Keoz. 1v4. He won't even get to have a start. Not even a sniff at that one. Victory so far away.
Plays for his next teammate's face. He's not an over-aggressive opper right now, which is a player he's entirely capable of being a hyper-aggressive opper just as well. But nice from Dia to hold the angle over the top side of the smoke. Synopsy thought he was smart, but in fact he is not. But oh no, the A anchor goes down. Vincent, that's bad.
Yeah, it's big. Big bad, if you will. Especially considering the smoke up. You gotta get a move on kits for everybody but Kraz now. And they're gonna wait just in case that they're gonna get aggressive. boros does. 1-for-1 trade again. This is looking good, and Diha's HP is so low, and now he's the last man standing. Utility there, but smooya grabs a couple more with...
Synopsy gets closer and closer. Towards B main now. So too his opponents. They're on opposite sides of this wall. It'll be Synopsy to fall first. Borup's good for the refrag, and smooya not too far off to be able to snapshot downwards onto DemQQ.
Hades some shots. Dia's position now well known. Boros to investigate, but Hades has the coverage. Keoz, smooya left in the clutch there as Keoz works around the smoke on the pillar. Now Hades combat hopping. No, he's gone for the USP instead. Knowledge of both the final T's, but time moving away. And out of this one is Hades.
Sometimes also just luck of the draw in many instances where it's just an early round positional gamble where you can't exactly get back in time by the ends of where a decision is finally made by ATB, which hasn't always been the case, but definitely has been here and there. So unfortunately for him, that isn't going going to be a very easy way of trying to navigate around, but even so, trying to get back towards the site shouldn't be hard with 2 players left into the red and keoz already having been dealt with no plan.
Yeah, this is great utility out of Monte. They've tagged him up big time to come back in. Smoke to provide coverage. The AWP, though, Hades is still there, but he's getting spammed! Spammed through smoke 3 times! Or Monte, they can't get in. Everybody's low. 50 HP, less than that. The final 3 members of Into the Breach, but Krasnal doesn't realize.
That is just crazy. Frankly, that's how the round subsides. Allowing their players liberties, right? But Synopsy also needs to be able to step up to the table in moments that matter, and boros falling first is going to be a problem.
I don't want to see that gone. Stiko's actually there to provide backup for DimQQ. In fact, the backup required. DimQQ just tucked for a flashbang to come flying his way, but it never does. So Stiko's Deagle can take the first contact there. Monte. I mean, it would be crazy for them to win another of these types of rounds. It might just happen.
Although here is Synopsy. Finds that first. Tap, nope, full stick. Smoke to provide cover. Hades, though, going to be slipping out on a good moment where smooya's got to be more focused on E-Box than anything else.
There'll be a lot of utility tossed in this choke point at the B main area. Smoke put into play as well. Holding to the breach off, but you can't stop boros, and you can't stop juanflatroo, who may have been blinded, may have had a smoke in his face, but he saw, and he will be able to send them away. Hades the same, thanks to smooya's AWP. Into the breach, have a 5-2 man advantage. This should be round over, should be half over, 7-5, almost a certainty with smooya hitting this shot to DimQQ. Stiko 1v5. He will fall by the wayside. It's into the breach with 7. I mean, on the T side, though.
With the new one, the new 5, the Danish?
Yeah, the new one.
I thought they've been pretty good. I could be wrong, I guess. I thought they were good. I remember I watched one game and I was actually pretty impressed with how they looked, but I only watched the one myself, so.
Hold up a second.
This is an absolute meltdown of the B site. They try and get in, and as soon as they show face, they're all just put down almost instantly as they're holding the line. Not with any gimmick angles, not playing off angles.
Available to them. Stiko. Consistently good in this position. Gonna be the A take. Gonna have Krause now. It's the only SMG leading the charge. Stiko moved. Great adjustment there for smooya to grab 3. I don't know how he got the 3rd.
Throwing his mouse back and forth, man. And it just happened to clip the head.
Solid stamp of victory for them this round. Could really put Monte in a tough spot. They are really far forward, though, into the breach here on B. Flatroo, position known. Gotta fight his way out, and it's the labored spray from D-Hop, but he's still good for it. On his 16 HP.
But to make that one work, keeps himself up and alive and allows them to get closer up in the faces of these players. The AWP in particular is only then had Synopsy arrived on the case, but a doable clutch from keoz now, though, having found DimQQ the most healthy of the 3, now separated between one another. Dia and Hades, the final remaining Polish players, but with the off, best weapon for it, shoulder spotted, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
Side of Into the Breach. They've been prepping for this one, ready for it, potentially, to just make a complete shutdown, and a mockery of them is 1 HP for Hades, not great, waiting for the smoke to fade, and the molly the same towards E-Box. There's another put down, and this is done. I call it already. Another 6 seconds on that smoke before they will have been able to have gone through, and juanflatroo has done everything for them, one after another, looking for even more than that, but Hades puts him down, even still in the red. There's 1 bullet between him and life, and he will be finished off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Hades was going to be able to escape there, no matter what. Whether it be individuals chasing him down or to grab that bomb. Set up for the A split now.
Oh, extraordinary repositioning from Stiko there of the crosshair to find the head and snap on to the mid control, though. keoz is doubled up in A main in the meantime, keeping this one honest, and certainly realistic for Into the Breach to go for at 11-8. This is the scoreline to where if you can take it to 12 at map point with guns to go and to boot and break the bye of your opponents, Monte could be in for some serious downturn as they're all grouped up in one position right now, though hard to break apart for the camera players, and especially more so for A main. And juanflatroo can't do it. It's only smooya's op to connect one bullet.
Asterisk in its long-term repercussions. It's Into the Breach. Got keoz on the watch. Both directions. They hear the pressure, see pressure coming as they focus back towards A main. keoz would love a double there, but he only gets his one. Synopsy moves forward, and Hades falls. smooya with just the one. Steeko on the fadeaway, but boros is here to save the day. 1v1 as Krasnal cuts it. juanflatroo swings through a Molotov, or takes a bunch of damage in order to get here fast enough, but now his position known, and Krasnal 1v2. Monte, keep it on the move. Very effective. Even those fast B hits, though, been great for Monte for the most part. Synopsy, though, when he has been present at mid, he's been good. He can't escape, though. Left unchecked is keoz. This is the first for him. So Into the Breach adjustment made. You asked and they deliver. They'll put a second man strong. keoz there to ensure nothing goes wrong. smooya now slides in this AWP, and this should be the key to victory in this round.
That's bomb let loose in mid. smooya knows that much. Turns his attention back to the doorway with more than enough time to then reset and find Diha, trying to retrieve the, you name it, in any direction, and he's got to be ready. And 20 seconds left. He's got to isolate this first duel successfully, so no damage taken in response, but now towards A main. The pillar is where juanflatroo will hide for long enough to slip out.
Going way to this one has been put on as well. smooya takes the first contact out at mid, but he's going to lose out. Fantastic. The flashbang gives Steeko the entry. 2, in fact, is added. The tally there is Into the Breach. Fall flat.
Steeko wants to be a part of the action. He's given the opportunity to do so and delivers, and that's all you can ask. Dropping some of the most important pieces of the team, and the captain and the sniper in quick succession, and this B site is even where they're going to finish off, having found them in mid. The closest bomb site nearby, knowing that they were A players. Even
Into the Breach falter. Monte provide one back immediately as ambitious from keoz. He's been run over these last 2 rounds. We've been asking for him to be in position, and he hasn't been for most of regulation, but now he finally is. His first shot hits, and now they have to ask if they want to continue forward. keoz joins in, supporting smooya. He's repositioned over to half wall. AWP regathered for Krasnal. smooya comes back. keoz gets his. And Diha and Steeko left in the 2-on-3, but Steeko cuts the rotate. He's been there every time, and he gets his, as you mentioned. He does again.
hold on though, Steeko. Left a little bit aside from trying to get back towards that site and help out Diha. Has been actually dispatched of. It's a way back for the CT to find one round, but Diha actually does slip out at the perfect time to find one of these 2 players. Can't boros, despite being low on HP.
smooya, shot rings out. Hades tagged up on B. Both the ops here and well known to both teams. That's the mid player. Steeko gone. Second player gone as well there. boros gets 2 out of that mid presence, and an adjustment made. boros is doing it all on his lonesome. Into the Breach. They have a whole team, but boros is all they need.
Giving them that confidence and giving them the ability to just run them through and ruin their mental, perhaps even take them down a peg in terms of their expectations for this game. I'm sure they weren't expecting them to be so.
There, when the T steps, it's gonna trigger an early fight as well. Out is DimQQ. Synopsy pushes Steeko in mid, but DimQQ gets them all. Nothing can stand in his way over at A. Synopsy cuts him off. Man advantage still held. Rotation made by smooya, who's the only healthy T left in play.
Site. They've got flashbangs to set one another up, though, and that's going to be huge. Smooya takes this first fight. As soon as he gets that shot out, a flash will come over, or maybe beforehand, preemptively, to swing out from Synopsis, who drops a nade as well with it, and that is rough. Didn't work out the way that they wanted it to, I guess. The flashbang pops out because there's a smoke up in the face camera, I can only assume, but... You say now, and let's hope that you mean now, because it does look like that is what they're going to have to do as they send all the utility through with that intention. It's Hades off that actually slips out for the first. Krasnell locking down E-Box, only one player to deal with in that direction. And from then onwards, a 5 versus 3, turn 5 versus 2 as kill after kill come through from Monte on their pick, looking to finish the job.
Move in, but Hades, that angle that Hades has if they ever were to go towards B is just impossible. They down towards A. We've taken some incredibly quick shots. Smooya now alone. 20 seconds. Will tap the bomb. It's getting closed in upon in both directions. And it will be Stiko. Fitting for Stiko to close that out. Only best pushed ITB away.
That was weird that Monte ended up throwing a defensive flashbang at the bottom of the B steps, having spotted one player out, but he's going to have his work out for him. Really, the weapon for the job when there's so many targets up ahead of you, and there's the first headshot there, and a spam away. He's got a trigger finger, this guy. Holy crap. 4 with no chance at a response. It's everything done by one man for the round, as it were, but Synopsis clutch now on with 2 kills having been found already and a box to play around. Keep them at one side or another in Krasnell. He will have been a dream to see a player who I'd watch just kind of skyrocket from a region in which I'm also pretty passionate about, the Polish scene. Now get his opportunity once again back in a Monte team that's pretty solid on paper from top to bottom, I have to say. Maybe the roles get a little bit weird. Maybe the leadership in Hades' hands is questionable, but even still, they're going to have an opportunity to show what they've gotten. Already in this round, they've been shown.
Well handled by Smooya. Sure, it's traded, but with Boros walking forward and finding his one in-house, that's a whole different story now. ITB catching another one. Boros has found a nice one. And they're just winning every fight across the map here. Why not? It's not even a bomb plant at the end of it for into the breach there.
AWP for Hades, too.
Look at the speed. So fast on to B.
Ooh. No time to be pulling nades right now. Thankfully, that Molotov actually saving Stiko's life more than anything else, denying them a way forward to be able to kill him outright. As we get in towards the site, it's Krasnell who fires off with his FAMAS. Keoz just trying to keep his teammates up in good standings, but Boros has actually excelled through the Molotov, burnt out and into a fight where DemQQ in close range closes it.
Oh, that's Smooya. He activated just in time. Still an advantage. Spam comes through. Hades, though, to deny Keoz and Smooya. His spam battle really didn't help him out there. He took a ton of damage doing so. Didn't actually get anything in the form of kills. Just a little bit of damage chipped in. Means that Monte will grab another.
And that even still, Monte have everything that they need except for a gun in the hands of Diha outside a shotgun. But he's going to be actually on a site where they're looking to group.
Boros, it's again, it's timing in through house that's really fantastic. Diha probably allowed to get away with more than I think should have been possible. He can grab his AK now. Either that, even scenario, but he needs to stay alive, and that's the game plan right now. Hades slides in, catches one. Keoz holding, but the bomb not yet planted. Stiko rotates in, cut that even more. They know that Dia's still here, and very low indeed. Now Hades is alone.
In a very tight situation to try and reposition from default site, and they're not exactly aware of where he could be coming from after all this delay. And with that, the patience pays off, provides juanflatroo as an open body. As Keoz retrieves it, taps it, no, full stick. Hades, cautious, slow. The face, the nice shot from Hades to finish. It's nothing more than a full body exposed by the Belgian. As far as fifth players go for this team, I'm not in the slightest upset to see him slotted in. Absolutely. Even though effectively Boros was the quote-unquote fifth player, but you know what I mean.
That is, once again though, just speed into the breach. Synopsis takes the fight really aggressively. They're going to head into cave. Eventually defended. Another great shot out of Stiko. The fact that he's equalized this again is simply absurd. Stiko with another big round to give the 1v1 over to Diha.
When smooya decides to strike, he's going to walk it up through that ramp only now, and they may come to a head. Did he spot the barrel? I don't know if it was exposed on the other side. If only I could see, but smooya, even still, creeping towards that plant.
Oh, and this is so good from Diha. Again, just the internal clock starting to tick, realizing, hey, this is maybe going to be towards B. Just as
Holy
puts his head around the corner, and smooya's going to end up planting here on B. Diha's in a perfect place to deny this. Oh my goodness, Diha. He's had a lightning start to this map, and he's got a clutch as well.
Manages to keep himself afloat nonetheless, not to burn, instead to walk through on a timing, maybe to catch off the player inside, who is going to be dropped. MQQ on a walk back towards the site, let loose and cut off of this round now with only Hades. This is a good spot, a good lineup, and an 8 hold. Synopsy's done, but boros goes undetected, but not for much longer than that as Hades continues to strike them down.
Oh my goodness, Hades, great. Synopsy, so good out mid. He's done it again and again. Hades saving. Monte for the moment. juanflatroo. He's got a timing. He's got his teammate right here. Krasnal will go down. Inching in and searching wide. Smoke up for deep CT means that into the breach.
CT player without any way of reacting, and although Hades might double up, even then, the third timing in the final to come through is that they've got players already ready to extend them.
Still, hold a commanding lead, doubled up, right? 6-3, here's the scoreline. And they know how big Synopsy has been in this position. Great work from Diha and MQQ. They can't continue to let Synopsy get away with that, and they have stalled that in its tracks. Down to 3, or ITB, with little.
Dropping bodies like flies, even still they surround this B steps. And only smooya to try and pull it back now. A little bit late to the proceedings though, is easy enough to finish the job of that. Diha's on the case. It's all about those rounds, baby. Give me the rounds. Love the rounds. 5 AKs now. No longer just smooya expected to pull something out. They pop out through mid. There are all 5 players into the breach in here one way or another, and Diha can only do so much, but I think that was enough. The only impact we've seen and heard from Diha in quite some time in this capacity, but it's, again, in these moments where he has this impact that matter most.
I mean, and hey, you know, even then, maybe not the multi-frags, but that 1v1, obviously.
Sure.
So, 3-on-3. This is actually a great position for Krasnal. The real question is, does he get 2? 1 should be a guarantee. Yeah, certainly going to do that. Oh, the spray transfer continues to move. Now Stiko. That Molotov, it just bounces 1 extra bounce, and he's allowed to creep in behind it. Oh, that's not fair, but it's the way it goes. It's 9-3 for Monte. This is a Monte team that's been invited the last 2 times to the playoffs stage of CCT tournaments. This time they got to fight their way through, and fight their way they do. As Krasnal moves in the cave where there was only 1 man postulated, only 1 man in defense of the entire B site, actually, or into the breach, as I've just realized. Smoke goes down, cover off short. They're taking a lot of time to get back in, and I mean, you can understand, they've got to be flabbergasted that there's nobody in defense of B outside of 1.
Krasnal again, dude. Boros. Never a chance in the P250, the raid boss in Hades. Well, you can see why. And all the more for Krasnal to eat up, baby. Look for that 13th kill. Now joining Hades and Diha towards the top side of that board. We've gotten a triad of players now arrived in the game, Vincent.
Into the breach. 3 strong, though, here at A, and that's where the site hit is going to come. But it's not a great setup. It's juanflatroo close. He's got Synopsy right behind, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the 5-7, it can do, and it will do just fine. They come in and, oh, swept up. Great timing on the donut side of that play. It did get very, very close, though.
Yeah, it's a little dirty, a little muddled by the end there to try and say that it was all's well that ends well. It's another day in the office. Not quite. They got
Gonna have to evacuate, at least momentarily. You don't necessarily have a ton of map control elsewhere, but think the initial task of hitting towards B is probably no longer possible.
Tell you what.
What?
Well, I was going to say it's not probable, but hold on now. D has something to say about that. Brings my line and tells me to shut up. They've gotten one back now. Still man disadvantage. Still time. Not exactly looking great, but if they can get a quick opening pick, if they can isolate smooya, this might be something to work with. And here's juanflatroo. He has gotten himself into quite a sticky situation where he's got to find open, but the ramp does. DemQQ though on a swivel, on a swing! Almost able to find Synopsy even as a third through the smoke and go for the plant, and only seconds to do so, but... Oh.
But this is a... I was wondering where Deon's gun was. He got it back. Oh my goodness. Just nades down. So successful initially through so much damage. Escape not allowed as juanflatroo moves forward. Krasnal cut from the roster of Monte. At least for the round.
He's benched for this round. he just in TeamSpeak got benched, but Stiko walks closer up. Mac 10 jump scare in the face of juanflatroo into a B site that he expected to be clean, or at the very least not yet encroached upon by an unsuspecting. Can do a whole hell of a lot more, and here and in they go. Stiko first, atop the box, not in the corner, cleared by Keoz, down and out, and now they can make their way in together, known by Stiko and called out to the crew.
Yeah, but this is a great crossfire for Monte. Keep in mind, DHunt and DemQQ clutch before, maybe clutch again. Flashbang to take the position away. Awareness not there. It's Keoz falls. Now smooya versus 2. It's all up to him. He'll isolate the first. The spam comes in, but damage not done. He's running out of time, but smooya hits the instant shot, and he should have this defuse. It's actually quite close, but no, just barely. He's into the breach alive. Another clutch this time.
There's Big Smoo. That's a 1v2. 3 kills in the round overall. He's gotten a leg up for them to now utilize, at least in this coming round, but I think the money is decent for the T's even so, carrying over the sniper rifle more than anything.
Also, don't think that Monte have any idea about this fact. Right now, Deha is currently doing a lot of salesmanship over a day. He's kept 2 there. Oh, well checked. Stiko needs that refrag, actually, immediately. Yeah, there we go. MQQ got off rotations out of mid. That's a missed shot. No, it's not. Krasnal from behind. MQQ gets removed. MQQ can't stay alive long enough. Stiko alone. But if there's a situation that Stiko's known for, it's this. 1v2. Clutching up at the last moment for Stiko. He's done it time and time again. And Ancient B site is a place he loves to work.
And that's it. Called in the water. Boros can do nothing but hold his behind, expecting that maybe a wraparound and a big brain prey from Stiko, but no, he sticks his ground, he stays in one position, and 3 kills to him to close out the map and the series to take Monte 2-1.
Yeah, and this is a Monte team I mentioned that they're used to getting these invitations into the play.